How's it going, YouTube, and welcome back to another PokeRogue video. In this particular video we are starting off a brand new run. In our previous video, unfortunately, we did end up losing to Team Aqua, so hopefully this time around we can progress a little bit further than the rounds, or the floor that we got to in our previous video. But regardless of that, let's jump into this particular run. So we do now have access to some shiny Pokemon. We do have a shiny Nidoran. I think we have one other shiny somewhere as well, but I can't actually remember what Pokemon it was that we ended up getting shiny as well as our Nidoran. So I'm going to have a quick scan through the rest of the Pokemon just to see if I am forgetting that I have one, but no, the other one is a Pawmi. So we have a couple of shiny Pokemon that we can take into this run. So I am going to go ahead and take the shiny Nidoran, but I'm also going to take a kind of starter before I do that. Something that's going to be a bit more of a main Pokemon for me. But I want to be running something a little different to what I've run in the past few videos here on PokeRogue in terms of like my main Pokemon that I've been using to start off the runs. I might even go back to something like a Fuecoco, but at the same time I'm not 100% sure. I am sort of tempted to run both of my shinies plus a pickup mon if I can. And I think that's what we're going to do, because with Pawmi we do have Thundershock, Drain Punch. We also have Ice Punch as a egg move, which I am going to go ahead and put on over Scratch. So let's just put Ice Punch on as well. And then we are going to go ahead and add our Pawmi into our party. And then we'll go ahead and grab our Nidoran up here as well. We do have Sandsear Storm, which is already on the moveset for our Nidoran, so we'll go ahead and add the Nidoran in. It does allow us to have basically 2 more slots, potentially, depending on the cost of our Pokemon. But we do want to take Zigzagoon, which obviously is a pickup mon. It only costs us 2 points to be able to run. And then I feel like we might have, I was about to say, we might have the option to take the Comi as well. And I feel like the Comi was really helpful in the previous runs because of the fact that we were able to go ahead and have the continuous money after each battle. So I am going to go ahead even and put Comi in, but I'm also going to, sorry, let me try that again. I'm also going to go ahead and add in the bug move, which is King's Shield, and I think I'm going to take off Sweet Scent for it. I know this is a steel type move, and it protects itself from damage and stuff, but I feel like with Gust, Bug Spite and Struggle Bug, if we do have to end up using the Comi even in battles, we should be pretty much a-okay to go. But that's going to be our party. Couple of shinies, pickup ones, something to give us some money throughout the run as well, and let's just see how this goes for us. So first and foremost, we are up against a Pidove, so we're going to go ahead and probably hit a Ice Punch here, just because obviously Pidove is weak to ice type moves, and obviously Pawmi gets through that fairly easily. I'm going to go ahead and take the Nugget there for a bit more money. Ladybird is Flying and Bug. Bug types are obviously weak against other bugs, Fairy and Fighting, so again Pawmi can just stay in, and we can use Drain Punch, even though it's not actually that effective, which is a little bit annoying. So we'll go ahead and use Ice Punch instead. Does go ahead and knock out the Pokemon there, because obviously it does have Flying type also. We do have Pawmi that can learn Electric Terrain, but I don't think I really want Electric Terrain. See, electrise the ground for 5 turns, powering up electric type moves. Pokemon on the ground no longer fall asleep, which is going to be quite good if we come up against any Pokemon that put us to sleep, but I just don't think we're going to have to worry about that. So I'm going to take the Citrus Berry and add that to our Pawmi. So we have Cherubi, which is obviously grass type, so Bug, Fire, Ice, Poison, Flying. Again, we can keep Pawmi in, just go ahead and Ice Punch that out the way and get us through the next floor. So do we want Carbos? Increases the holder's base speed by 10%. I think we do. We'll again put that onto our Pawmi. Starly, you can be Ice Punched as well, just to get rid of you. And we are now onto floor number 5. Quick Attack. Do we want Quick Attack here? If we do, what do we take it over? Probably Growl, right? We've got Thundershock, which is quite nice. and the coverage that we have with Pawmi is not too bad at this present moment in time. So we are going to go ahead and add that. Not too fussed about Pokeballs right now, so we're just going to potion with a free potion onto the Pawmi. And then we have Las Cassidy as our first trainer battle, bringing out a Sentret, which is obviously weak to fighting type moves. So we are going to go ahead and hit a Drain Punch onto the Sentret. And we'll just do exactly the same in regards to the second Pokemon that comes out as well, which was back-to-back Sentrets for that particular fight. So Pawmi is now level 7, and we get through our first trainer battle without too much issue. I am going to go ahead and take Dire Hit here, because I know with the next next 5 floors even, we're going to come up against our rival in Ivy. So I do want to try and keep hold of, or keep the kind of beneficiary factor in my favour for this run as much as possible. We'll take the X special defense as well. Again, we don't need to swap out for Pidgey because we can just use Ice Punch. I know that we're probably draining through the PP of it fairly quickly. We'll take the X speed here as well. And then we are onto Ivy at floor 8. So if we get through this, we can get the XP share. So we do have a Fire type, which is obviously weak to ground, rock, water. It's really effective against bug, grass, ice, and steel. But I'm just going to go ahead and hit Thunder Shock so we can get a paralysis onto the Pawmi. And then I will hit a Drain Punch just to keep our Pawmi at a decent level of HP. And we do get through the first Pokemon without too much issue. Do we want to take charge over Thunder Shock? User boosts power of electric type moves that power of electric move it uses next turn. It also raises user's special defense stat. I don't think we need this right now. Although it isn't an electric type Pokemon, we've only got Thunder Shock, and you obviously have to go charge into Thunder Shock. And I think the only time we're ever really going to use that is if we come up against like flying and water type Pokemon. And even then, we've been using like Ice Punch quite a lot. So I think we're going to skip charge for now. And then if we need it further in the run, we can just go ahead and grab ourselves a Memory Mushroom if it does pop up. But that is Ivy done and dusted fairly easily on floor 8. So we have one more battle before our first boss. We have our Super XP Charm and XP All. Right here, we're just going to take the Nugget again. So do we want to swap out for the Bellsprout? Probably not, right? Yeah, we don't want to swap out for the Bellsprout because we can literally just Ice Punch into that, which gains Pawmi another level, and the rest of the Pokemon do also get XP from that. So we have Dire Hit, Nugget, and Potion as our options. We'll just grab another Nugget to get a little bit more money going. And I am going to go ahead and Thunder Shock into the Pidove. And then I think the next thing I'm going to do is see if I can catch it, just so we have a flying type Pokemon on the team, like a proper flying type, not a Combee. And we do now have a Pidove, and everything now gets healed up anyway. So the damage you did to the Pidove just gets healed up regardless. So I'll take that from that side of things. Level cap's now up to 16. So we do have a Zigzagoon. We can keep Pawmi out and go with a Drain Punch to get rid of Zigzagoon. We already have one in our party as well, so there's no need to try and catch it for pickup. Nidoran is now level 6, same with Combee. Next up, what do we have here? We'll take the Great Balls. We have a Doduo. Again, we'll just hit the Drain Punch. And we'll probably go into a Thunder Shock just so we're not using the same move over and over and over again and losing too much PP in those moves. And we are now getting a few levels on the other Pokemon. So our only rare egg is now hatching. Oh, okay. This Pokemon, the Dondozo, has caused me a lot of issues in the past. It's not a bad Pokemon in terms of IVs. The only downside with it is the defense is a little low, but everything else is actually really nice to see. So that is a nice Pokemon to pick up as a starter. Does also have a egg move of Toxic. We'll take the Leopard Berry and put that onto our Pawmi. And then we have a Lechonk, which we can just go ahead and hit Drain Punch into, followed by a Thunder Shock, much like the previous Pokemon, meaning that Pawmi is now level 11. And we get 60 Poké Dollars, whatever you want to call them, from that fight. I'm going to take the Pokeballs here. I could have taken Echoed Voice, I know, but we're going to take the balls, and I think we'll go ahead and hit the Thunder Shock. We don't actually finish off the Scovit with that, but we just go ahead and quick attack to make sure we get the first attack in with our Pawmi, meaning that we do get through this floor as well fairly quickly. So we do have quick attack on a few different Pokemon. I'm taking this Reviver Seed all day long, definitely putting that onto Pawmi, just so we can keep Pawmi available for as long as possible. And we just have used one of our berries to keep our Pawmi alive, and we are just going to go ahead and quick attack to get rid of that Sentry. It was dealing a lot of damage. I didn't really see what move it was using to deal as much damage as it did to us, but it is what it is. So Nuzzle electrifies Cheeks. It also leaves paralysis. I'd rather have Thunder Shock over that, just because it's more power, plus we have the ability to paralyze with Thunder Shock anyway, so I'm not going to take Nuzzle, even though Nuzzle is, I think, a guaranteed paralysis. I would prefer to have Thunder Shock if I'm honest. But we are going to go ahead and potion up our Pawmi a little bit here. Super Fang, normal type, 90% accuracy, chomps hard on the target with its front fangs, cuts the target's HP in half. We are going to teach that to Nidoran over Pawmi. What do we want to get rid of in that case? Probably want to get rid of Growl in terms of the moves there. I think that's the best one for us to get rid of. We're not going to get change Pokemon. We're just going to Drain Punch, because Drain Punch obviously allows us to go ahead and regain some HP on our Pawmi, which is going to keep it alive for a lot longer. It doesn't gain too much HP, but it gains enough for us to be happy with keeping it out for a longer period of time. We're going to take the Iron again, and we'll put that onto Pawmi. We're just going to load up Pawmi with as much items as possible. We'll go ahead and Ice Punch into a Drain Punch here. I know we could potentially have knocked out with a Drain Punch there. However, I just wanted to make sure that we weren't using the same move over and over, as I said, because we are quite low on PP for Drain Punch at this particular moment in time. Once again, we'll go ahead and apply a potion to Pawmi. Endeavour. This attack move cuts down the target's HP to equal to the user's HP. Don't think I want Endeavour. It might be worth taking, but it takes it down to equal, and like if we're like full health and we try and use it because it's like the only move left, it's not going to be ideal for us. So we'll take the Pokeballs in this case. Okay, we have a Pikachu. Electric's obviously weak to ground, but we don't have any ground type Pokemon. So I think we're just going to have to try and go in with something like an Ice Punch, Drain Punch, Quick Attack. Because the Drain Punch does keep us alive. Quick Attack allows us to attack before the Pikachu, allowing us to keep Pawmi in prime position for us. We have got very close to losing our Pawmi already. Ooh, Dynamax Band. So there's definitely a Pokemon in our party that we can Dynamax, and I think it's definitely going to be worth taking. I am going to potion up beforehand though, then we will take the Dynamax Band. So Young Goose is the Pokemon that we run into before the boss. I think we have to go ahead and hit something. I was about to say something that isn't Drain Punch, just to keep the PP on Drain Punch. But we almost lost Pawmi before we even got to our boss fight, so that would have been unideal. But we will go ahead and grab ourselves a potion. Obviously we've lost our Reviver Seed, which is a little bit unfortunate, but it is what it is. Pawmi is running away with the XP right now, so we'll just jump an XP onto Nidoran, because that is the other Pokemon we're going to probably use quite a lot during the case of this run. But we have our first gym leader battle. So 2 Pokemon on the gym leader. First comes out is Mincemeou. So we will Drain Punch here. Followed by another Drain Punch, because the Lillipup coming out is something that's not really going to cause too much of a threat against us, depending on obviously its moves types. So with Dig, it does allow us to avoid attacks, but I don't think there's anything I really want to get rid of for Dig. However, with ground type moves, it will be strong against the other electric types, fire, poison, rock, and steel. So I think we get rid of quick attack. And the reason I'm going to get rid of quick attack is with Dig, obviously we can dig away from a move and then come back with Dig. So in some senses it works fairly similar to quick attack in terms of getting the first attack in that particular instance. But regardless, we get through the first gym leader that we come up against, and I do believe we should also gain some egg tickets here. But we're going to take Covert over Tail Whip, just in case there are any items we want to try and steal off of opposing Pokemon. But we do get our egg vouchers, as I thought we did, and we do end up healing up our Pokemon after the boss fight. So we are on floor 21. We're in Metropolis. So first and foremost, let me just go to Egg Gacha, go across the Shiny up, and we will take 5 pulls from the Shiny up here. I'm hoping for at least 1 rare as normal. So that's 2 commons out of 5 so far. 1 rare, okay, that's nice. Even if you just get the 1 rare, I'm happy. Okay, so 1 rare, 4 commons, perfectly fine with me. Let's get back into the run, and we'll go ahead and Drain Punch on the Rattata, or Rattata, or however you want to say his name. Obviously Drain Punch allowing us to get a little bit of our HP back. We're not going to learn Tail Whip on the Nidoran. I just don't think it's something that we're going to end up using. Oh, another egg voucher. We'll take those. We'll definitely take egg vouchers for sure. In that case, as we have another one, you know what? I haven't pulled out the potential legendaries yet, so we will take 1 pull out of this particular gacha and see if we get lucky. Just a common, unfortunately, so that's not quite what we were looking for, but obviously with only 1 pull, there wasn't too much of a potential benefit for us to have any sort of legendary come out of that particular machine. Regardless, we do get through another level, and we have the option for a Mega Bracelet as well. So again, much like the Dynamax Band, one of our Pokemon in our party can go Mega. We will take it for the future of this run. We have another trainer battle at floor 23 against a Smeargle. So we will hit a Drain Punch, and I think we are going to go ahead and go for an Ice Punch as the next move, meaning that we get through our, what was that, 4th trainer battle if you include the gym leader as well as Ivy. But Pawmi is now evolving, which is lovely to see, and we do get a Pawmo as our next evolution, which is always nice to see. So do we want Arm Thrust here? Power 15, accuracy 100, user lets loose a flurry of open palm thrusts that hit 2 to 5 times. I think we do want this, but what do we get rid of in that case? Like, I don't want to get rid of Ice Punch, don't really want to get rid of Thunder Shock. The only thing that I'm thinking to get rid of is Dig, but then at the same time, do we just get rid of Drain Punch? But then with Drain Punch we are regaining HP, so this is actually a really interesting decision, because the coverage on Pawmi right now is actually quite good with Ice Ground, Electric Fighting, and I don't want to put too much of the same move type onto the Pokemon in case we do need the coverage from Pawmo. So I think we just leave Arm Thrust, you know. But obviously Drain Punch does 75 like base power damage. This only does 15, and there's no guarantee you're going to get that 5-time hit. You could only get like 2, which is obviously 30. So I think we leave the Arm Thrust and just keep the moveset we currently have on Pawmo. I think that's our best option here. All of our other Pokemon are also gaining levels, which is nice to see. But we do get through another trainer battle. So right here, I think we're still okay for Pokeballs. We've lost like 1, which was a guaranteed catch. So we're going to take the big nugget for some more money. We do have a Furfo as the next Pokemon that we run into here. It is a normal, but I am tempted to catch it for the time being. and add it to our party. Now, I don't think we're going to end up using it, but obviously with the PPs and stuff, that would be quite nice to see if it's changed. So do we want to change anything here? Because the dark is good against ghost and psychic. Ice has a fairly good coverage. Ground has a great coverage. Electric doesn't. So electric's the only thing that doesn't have a great coverage. And I have a strong feeling that against flying, for example, we can use Ice Punch anyway. Obviously, Thundershock has the benefit though of potential paralysis, but I do think we take Bite because we can also get a potential flinch. So we're going to take Bite over Thundershock here because we still have something to get through. Get through certain Pokemon, i.e. like Dragon, Flying, Grass, and Ground with our Ice type move. So I think it's best that we get rid of the move that we got rid of in terms of electric type. And as I said, Memory Mushroom can come in clutch if we do feel like we need to go ahead and grab it back with a Memory Mushroom later down the line. So we do have a PP up, which I think might be worth taking. We also have a rare candy, which could also be worth it, but I think... Do we want to take PP up though? PP for one Pokemon move by 1 for every 5 maximum PP. Yeah, we'll take it. We'll take it for Pormo. Alrighty, so second Ivy battle is underway. Let's see if we can get through this one as well. So we do have Pormo against Torracat. So ground, rock, and water, and we do have a ground type move in Dig, so we'll go ahead and use that against Torracat. And then I think we go ahead and just Bite to knock out the Torracat here, gaining Pormo a couple of levels in the process. But we will have a quick look. Do we want to give Zigzagoon Headbutt? I think we will take it over Growl. Obviously Zigzagoon isn't really a Pokemon we're going to be using for fights. It's more or less there as a pickup mon for us. So we do have a Fairy type coming out next, which is weak against Poison and Steel, and I don't actually think we have Poison or Steel type Pokemon. I think we're going to have to, I was about to say, try and get Dig off before the Comfey gets a knockout on Pormo there, but unfortunately didn't quite come across for us in that instance. There's me going, I don't think I've got a Poison type Pokemon. I have Nidoran. What am I on about? Stick out the odd Poison Stings. There we go. We do get a Poison onto the Comfey, which is nice. We are going to straight up into Super Fang Scratch, I think, here. I was about to say, I don't think we get another one off. So this is probably going to be a very difficult fight from now on, because a lot of our Pokemon here aren't really fighters for us, but we will go ahead and take out a Furfo, which will just go in with a Headbutt to knock out the Trumbeak. We do have a decent amount of money, so if we need to revive, which we probably will at the end of this fight, we can always do so. So final Pokemon is a Comfey, which is Poison, which is nice to see, and we do get a knockout with Headbutt. So thankfully the rest of that fight wasn't as hard as I thought it was going to be. So I'm very happy that that went the way it did, because once both of our first two Pokemon went down, especially Pormo, I was a bit like, ooh, this could be a difficult battle. This could be like one of those runs that just ends at floor 25. Thankfully, that was not the case. So we are just going to go ahead and grab a revive on both the Pormo and also the Nidoran. And then we are going to potion up Pormo and Nidoran as well. And then from all of this, I think we are going to grab the rare candy. And we're going to stick that on Nidoran, because the quicker I can try and get Nidoran up to Nidorina and then Nidoqueen, the happier I think I will be overall. We are going to swap this into Pormo now that we have Pormo available for us again. And we'll hit a Drain Punch to also increase the HP of Pormo without having to use another potion on Pormo, which will be nice. Back up to full HP, which is lovely to see. Do we want Bug Buzz? The only thing that can learn it is Zigzagoon, I think. Or Combee, should I say. I think we do. I think we take Bug Buzz. We'll put it on Combee. So in that case, what do we want to get rid of? I think we get rid of Struggle Bug in that case. And take Bug Buzz instead. Once again, we'll Drain Punch into the Rattata. And we are very close to being at level, or floor 30, should I say. Oh, we've got to take the map in that instance. The map is going to be so big for us to be able to figure out where we want to go and what kind of route we want to take for the rest of the run. But that is floor 28 sorted. If I potion, we're only potioning the Furfo, or the Furfro even. But even then, we're very close to being able to get to the next free heal stage. So I think we take Dire Hit here for the next 5 floors. We'll Drain Punch into the Rattata. Rattata. Lovely stuff. Get a few levels on everything else. I'm not going to put Baby Doll Eyes on. I don't think we're ever going to use that move. We will take Fury Swipes on the Nidoran, however. And I think I take that over Scratch. Alrighty, so next boss Pokemon is up next. And I think we are just going to take Dire Hit. So we've got 2 Dire Hits going. We're against a Herdier. So we are going to Drain Punch. Go into an Ice Punch. Or Retaliate's not ideal. Let's go for a Dig. Just so we can avoid moves. We do end up going down, unfortunately, with Pormo there. But if we send out Nidoran, even if we've got to go through a few Pokemon here against this Herdier, then so be it. Oh, I'm so glad it did not use an attacking type move, because in my brain I was just like, we'll sacrifice the Furfro and then we'll decide what we're going into next. But thankfully, with no attacking type moves onto the Furfro, we managed to get through the next boss, which is huge. So we are going to take Bite. I think we take it over Tail Whip here. So the coverage we're getting across our Pokemon right now seems to be fairly good. We want to go somewhere that doesn't have normal types next. That is the main thing, because I don't want to be catching a load of different normal types. I want to try and get some Pokemon into my party that I might not have had before, or I might kind of need for future floors. So we're going to take Air Cutter on the Pidove, and we're going to take it over the Growl, I think. Just so we have some reasonable moves on the Pidove, and we do have our eggs hatching as well. So we have another starter in Turtwig. So we actually have, increased stats across the board on Turtwig there. So I'll take that. Next up in our eggs, we do have a Sableye. I do actually like this Pokemon. This Pokemon is a really nice Pokemon. The IVs are fairly good in speed and defense, so it means that it's going to be very quick to attack. And obviously max HP is quite big as well. Everything else is a bit like mediocre, especially the special attack, but we'll take that. We have Topsy-Turvy as the egg move there. Next Pokemon out of an egg is a Rattata. Again, pretty much everything IV-wise increases bar special attack from this egg Rattata. And we do get Psychic Fangs as an egg move. I just realised I've said this Pokemon's name different like the whole video, I'm pretty sure. But next egg we get here, here is a Kavana. Again, one of my most favourite like water type Pokemons, especially the future evolutions of it too. And the IVs on that look insanely good. So I'm very happy to get that as a water type Pokemon. And we do get Sword Dance as the egg move. We get an XP charm for getting through floor 30 as well. Everything is also healed up for us. And we are now in Slum. So I think this is going to be a lot of poison-based Pokemon. However, If you want to watch the rest of this particular run, guys, you're going to have to come back for that in the next video. We are going to very quickly just switch into Pormo, but as I said, that is going to do it for this particular video on PokeRogue. If you want to continue watching this particular run, it will be uploaded in tomorrow's video and beyond if we continue to make progress as we intend to do. Reaching floor 30 in 30 minutes I think is quite good for me. That's basically a minute of floor, but obviously getting through the certain Pokemon was quite easy. It was just making decisions on items, switching Pokemon in, all that kind of different stuff. But regardless, guys, I hope you did enjoy the video. If you did, please be sure to leave a like button and subscribe to the channel for future content from myself. I'll leave links even in the description down below to all my social media. If you want to go and check that out, by all means, go ahead and do so. I'll leave links also to my TikTok, which is technically still social media, down below as well. There'll be a link to my Twitch, but I'm going to be swapping streaming from Twitch to YouTube very, very soon. Just so when I do stream, I can basically have the upload of the VOD straight to the channel rather than having to mess around downloading it from Twitch and then uploading it onto YouTube. So if you are looking forward to the streams that will be starting on Monday, which is tomorrow after this video goes up, be sure to subscribe to the channel. It will then hopefully notify you when I'm live. If not, make sure you obviously hit the notification bell as well, and we'll be live on YouTube as of tomorrow, which will be Monday the 8th of July. What else was I going to say? Oh yeah, I will leave links to my other channels in the description down below as well. There'll be a TCG channel, a Hobbies channel, the joint channel I've got with my good friend Ricky, and then once it's all up and going, there'll be a golf channel that I'll be doing with my dad as well. But regardless, guys, I appreciate you tuning into this video, and I'll see you in the next one.